Joining us now to discuss is Gareth Soloway. He's the Chief Market Strategist at Verified Investing Crypto. Gareth, we're seeing Asian flows, a new narrative that Asian flows are boosting Bitcoin. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a great new narrative that can help Bitcoin ultimately attract new buyers. I'm a little concerned about the price action up here. We obviously are at the key 25,000 level. I think it's been 6 days in a row we've kind of hammered on 25,000 and pulled back each time. So you can tell that the crypto market is looking for that next catalyst. And again, the big question is, in spite of interest rates going up, the dollar gaining strength, is there a catalyst that can push it over? I think this narrative out of Hong Kong could be something that helps it, but again, we have to wait and see.
What other catalysts do you think could drive Bitcoin?
Yeah, my favorite personally is the upcoming regulation in the U.S. And I know everyone's scared of that. I mean, could they make it bad regulation? Do they overregulate? But I think that the only way you get the big money, the institutional money, to really commit to crypto and Bitcoin is to give clarity. And I think if we get clarity, then that can be the new bull market. In fact, that's the next bull market that I think happens in crypto, is where you have big funds, big institutions starting to really put significant money in cryptocurrencies.
So Arco research we were quoting before is actually saying U.S. flows are a little more erratic over these past few weeks. Do you think that's possibly because of regulation and a chill that we're seeing in the markets because of the SEC and other regulators clamping down on crypto at the moment? What's your assessment?
Yeah, I do agree. I think the regulatory nervousness that's sweeping across kind of U.S. investors is keeping us on our toes, right? So you talk about what happened with Kraken and the SEC, and then you look at various other question marks on the Ripple case, when that's going to be resolved. And these are things that obviously are big hurdles for the crypto markets to get through. So for the most part, I think that's a key. I think also the fact that we've seen interest rates on the 10-year starting to really spike higher, it's giving investors a potential alternative to cryptocurrency and even stocks. That's also a headwind, along with the US dollar gaining a little traction lately.
Earlier, we showed the golden cross, the 50-day EMA crossing the 200-day EMA for Bitcoin. What are your thoughts? A bullish signal?
It is a general bullish signal, right? It shows the golden cross shows a change in trend. So the trend has now started to turn up in the near term, which is definitely a positive thing. The one thing investors should be looking at is the weekly 200 moving average. That's right at this 25,000 level. So not only are we struggling at the previous high from, I believe, June, it was the highest point since we made the low of this cycle was in June at 25,000. So we're struggling at that level. Can we break through it? Then you throw into the mix the 200 weekly moving average, and it definitely is a hurdle. But either way, to see the trend change is a short-term positive for crypto.
Well, you mentioned 25,000 being a strong resistance level. What kind of headwinds are we watching for here?
Yeah, so I think and this is going to be the key, right? If we can punch through 25,000 and get above that level, there's a straight shot to 30,000. Now, the reason 30,000 is going to be so important is because in the 2021 cycle, that was the midpoint low in 2021 when we fell from 65 back to 30,000. We then rallied to 69,000 before the bigger collapse in the bear market. So psychologically, that midpoint, if we can retrace and get back above 30, that to me would kind of solidify that the lows are in on the cryptocurrencies, in Bitcoin, for instance. I'm not sold that we're in the lows yet. I still think that there's some nervous issues out there that the market has to resolve, but 30,000 being recaptured would put that to rest.
My producers and I can't help but notice the 6 screens behind you there, Gareth. What's your favorite indicator, and what is it telling you?
So to be honest, I don't use a lot of indicators, and I trade stocks and commodities and crypto all the same. But honestly, it's just a lot of data, a lot of charts that I'm always scanning through. And I just love trend line analysis. Drawing trend lines is the simplest thing. If you look at a newbie's chart, it has tons of indicators. If you look at someone that's been trading for 20 years, there's like no indicators. Simple is better. Keep it simple, folks.
Okay, so your outlook on Bitcoin near term versus long term?
Near term, I'm a little hesitant. I want to see if it can break through this 25 and 30,000 level. So I'm actually slightly bearish at this current point until proven otherwise. Long term, I'm a huge advocate for Bitcoin. I think the market, the economy, the world needs Bitcoin as an alternative to fiat currencies and obviously an alternative to gold as well.
Prediction end of year forecast?
End of year, I would say 20,000.
Oh, that's not, yeah, definitely bearish. All right,
Yeah.
Gareth, thank you so much for joining us. That was Verified Investing Crypto Chief Market Strategist Gareth Soloway.